Who the fuck is supposed to be German?
Me.
Who?
Kiger. We are
Two stupid dudes. Adam!
Timmy.
I'm Timmy, and, well, I'm not qualified to say shit.
My name's Adam, and I don't know anything about anything.
And each week we shall be exploring the avenues of the unknown right here in our very own hometowns.
Let's get some housekeeping out of the way just to begin with. This podcast is going to be kind of about our hometown histories, true crime events, and just things that we think nobody's really reported on like they should have, and just delve a little bit deeper into these topics, as we move through each week.
Bring what's been, in the dark and right into the light. Hey guys, welcome to the Stupid
Dudes.
The Stupid Dudes.
The Two Stupid Dudes.
Podcast. And today we are recording episode number 2.
True crime, my faith.
Yeah! So how was everybody's week? Let me start off with mine. It was shit up until today. We done a photo shoot today. Yeah, me and Adam both.
Shout out to Laney and Megan. We'll link to their page in the bottom of this episode. They did a really good job making our ugly asses photogenic.
Yeah. Let me tell you what. It was a luxury. 2 people taking all their time. Just for us. Cannot appreciate it.
4 or 5 hours out of their day in the cold for us. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I do want to take a minute to kind of give a trigger warning. This is a true crime episode. With that being said, there are a few graphic descriptions of these cases. There's only a few. This is the murder episode. This is a true crime episode. If you're squeamish or you have any issues with this topic, please just, cut it off now. We understand for you not listening. But if you're sticking with us and you're still here, thank you. That being said, the case we're covering today is the man from the train.
Now, the man from the train is known famously under this pseudonym, thought to be one of America's first serial killers, and is connected to our area in a real weird fucking way.
The man on the train was a serial killer wreaking havoc on early 20th century America, butchering between 40 and 100 people, assumedly. It was suspected of being one person connected to all these cases. Now, there's really not a lot of facts on this. I did a bunch of research for it, and there's just, honestly, a lot of speculation. Bill James wrote a book, and it's a lot of speculation based on evidence they've seen from the case files and such. And I'll speculate on who we think it is at the end of this episode. For now, let's move forward with the stuff we know.
Yeah, just remember, it is the early 20th century America, which at that time is a fucked up.
Yeah, we do not condone the actions of this individual. And these individuals in particular. Early 20th century was hell for a lot of people, especially any black men or women living in that time. They had a real rough. I really hate that the world was the way it was for so long. It's so fucked up.
And it's still fucked up. But we won't get into that right now. We're on another subject.
We don't talk politics or religion on this podcast.
So,
unclench your buttholes.
We were not about to go down that hole.
No. Just a little fair warning. And just so we all know that we're on the same page.
So, the man on a train, he believed to have murdered the Livery family, a family living in Salisbury during this time. And they were also terrorized by the scumbag, which, we have that in quotes because he's
human, in quotes. Because I don't think he's a human at all. He's a fucking piece of garbage.
Trash.
I don't want to call anybody trash, but if you kill between 40 and 100 people, yeah, you trash. So,
from the research we gathered and several other sources, racism at this time was thriving, alive and well early in the 20th century America. And we aren't far past that.
The reason for this abrupt precursor is the murder of the Lyerly family was blamed on 3 innocent black men, for which the 1906 lynching of 3 African American men, Niece Gillespie, John Gillespie, and Jack Dillingham. They suffered horribly for this person's heinous crimes. These 3 young men were hanged by a Rowan County lynch mob for the murder of the White Lyerly family. This mob actually gathered a total of 8 suspects, releasing 5 after finding them not guilty in a makeshift lynch mob court.
This is a perfect example of people playing judge, jury, and executioner when not qualified to do so. Let me first off say that we are freaking humans. You are not here to judge and be jury of someone else. You leave that to the people who have spent their lives dedicating it to being a judge and jury.
Our judicial system might be a little fucked up, but at the same time, at least it's the system. I don't agree with people just saying, hey, this guy fucking did it. He doesn't deserve to live. What right do you have to judge anyone based on emotions?
These murders, which we will discuss in a moment, were actually found to be later perfectly in line with the man on the train's MO. These young men weren't given a fair trial, and as a result of their lives cut short while a psychotic
thing ran free.
Terrorizing yet another village, destroying another family.
The man on the train was a horror come to life, instilling fear in many across America, not only affecting our town of Salisbury, but Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, and fucking Germany. Who was in charge of these investigations? How the fuck did this guy get to Germany?
Holy fuck, really? Who let this guy get that fucking far away? Like, what the fuck?
Somebody fucked up royally.
Yeah, like...
I understand there wasn't much forensic DNA and a lot of evidence like that back in this time, but I mean, shit, it's like, gross.
Yeah, and I don't care. Blood. And I don't care much for the grisly details of a murder myself. I'm more interested in the details surrounding the cases, investigations, detectives, seemingly not to care about what they're even doing, trails, etc. But I think it's important we let you know how fucking awful this man was. Really.
The man on the train was believed to be a logger. This thought true only because of the towns that he showed up in. He was believed to be German. I assume this allowed him to easily blend in, because I'm supposed to be German, and I'm pretty sure I'm fluorescent.
Hold on. Who the fuck is supposed to be German?
Me.
Who?
Kiger.
No, you said someone at the beginning, but I didn't hear a name come out of your mouth, mister.
He was expected to be German.
Who?
The man on the train. But, God, this man was shockingly brutal when committing these crimes. He used an axe usually to butcher his victims, usually while he slept.
Like you sleeping and you getting smacked by an axe in the 20th century. That is what you have to worry about. You are sound asleep and you have to worry about getting axed.
Like, yeah, what the fuck, man?
Fucking axe murderer running around.
You know what's real fucked up? A lot of the times, he usually found his murder weapon from the residents of the home of the residence the people lived in.
Oh,
so
shit!
So you get murdered by your own shit.
I'm getting rid of everything in my house. No sharp object. Matter of fact, all the corners are getting sanded down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm an infant in my own house.
Yeah. A lot of times, actually, he burned the house after he left just to get rid of the evidence. Usually leaving money at the crime scene. That's a lot of the issue with people thinking that this was one guy. A lot of these cases that we're going to go over today reflect this information. He's so arrogant, though. Like, using everybody's own shit against him. I'm just going to set fire to this bitch because you can't find shit in fire. And he usually, tried to wash the axe clean.
I feel like this guy really paved the way for future serial killers because we both listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and it really shows a lot of the same occurrences and same things happening with a lot of these sick fucks.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like a stepping stone. Like, this guy washed his axe even though he didn't need to. Now you got people out here doing the same shit. They might not be leading by example exactly, but still, how could you do this to just innocent people? But on September 21st, 1909 in Virginia, 6 people of the Meadows family were killed, and the house set aflame once again in Buchanan County. The father, George Meadows, was found dead outside the burnt home. Changing his MO this time, the guy was actually shot twice and found severely mutilated.
His wife, Lydia, had been dismembered and the children nearly unrecognizable. This invasion led to Popo doing a little, what?
To a suspect.
Oh, damn! I'm an idiot.
It's okay.
It led to Popo to a suspect named Howard Little, a very tall man with a reputation as a philanderer.
You got it. You're good.
Yeah.
Little was married with 4 children, but rumors said at this time he planned to leave his wife for another married woman named Mary Stacy.
And he was targeted for his bad rep around town, and the fact that he had already been convicted of a murder in Kentucky around this time, making him an easy target for police profiling.
Basically, what I'm getting at a pattern here is, hey, I think you're fucking guilty. We're gonna put you away forever, or we're gonna take your life. Oh, you didn't do it. Oh, you're innocent. You were just cheating on your wife. Oh, well, we're gonna kill you anyways.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
And before his trial, Mary Stacy told police he had given her $20 after the murders, which concreted him as the murderer for the police as the motive suspect with robbery.
Little was tried and convicted, while popular speculation leaves most thinking the man on the train was responsible, leaving this destroyed family in his disastrous wake.
It's so bad when you spend all week writing your own notes to not even be able to read your own notes correctly.
Right? And honestly, this is all of the actual case files that I really went over and put in this podcast for the simple fact that it just kind of repeats itself like this. 6 people were murdered in South Carolina. I believe that's right. Don't quote me on that. We are 2 stupid dudes. I think 3 more people were butchered in Germany. And I have a hard time actually believing that because there was a similar MO. But Bill James, the way he connected it in his book, I have issue with that much speculation. What I wanted to get right were the facts.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to read the Bill James book. But what if he had family or something out in Germany, was visiting them, and was like, "Oh, I just got a little itchy for a little killy, stabby, stabby, axy, axy, murder, murder."
Hit this woman with the back of an axe, doo-dah, doo-dah.
Hit this woman with the back.
So I don't mean to laugh. You kind of have to, though. It's so fucked up, man. Like, how could you do this to just somebody else who's just trying to get through this cruel world? Like, they're having money issues. Everyone was. It's the fucking 20th century. They didn't even have toilets, my dude.
And the bed you're sleeping and getting murdered in at night's probably not comfortable.
Like, all right, honey, I'm going to bed on the stack of hay. Hope no one slashes you up with a machete today.
Honey, did you lock away the axe?
No, dear.
No.
It's in the shed with the other tools.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's just hope we don't get fucking stabbed in our sleep.
Right? For the simple fact that I couldn't find much information. It might have been a little less speculation than I thought, but that's kind of how I took it. I want to talk about one of the suspects that I looked up, and there's not really any information in our notes about this. It's just from me reading it. The one man that Bill James thinks he found a connection between these murders with was Paul Mueller, who was a guy that was actually only convicted for one murder back in the early 20th century, but the murder that he committed lined up with the MO of the man on the train, which, by the way, I had no luck on finding out why the fuck this man is called the man from the train.
So he didn't come...
I have no idea. I looked on 47 different pages and read 3/4 of this damn book.
So he wasn't traveling by train or anything?
That's what I have kind of assumed what was going on. I honestly couldn't figure it out myself. If you have that information, get it back to me, okay? I'd really appreciate it, because that drives me nuts.
I got it. I know what he's doing. He's riding trains, stealing axes from the train people that have magic axes laying around, and killing the people in the train rooms. It's not been houses. It's been a lie this entire time. Stabbing the train.
Go home, you're drunk. Runaway train never coming back.
So
imagine that song just playing while he stares out the window. One of those fucking 80s music videos.
The whole family slaughtered behind him.
Yeah, just leaving a trail of blood in his wake.
I am so sorry to give y'all that image.
No, this is a true crime episode. That's what the trigger warning at the beginning of the episode was for. We're not ever gonna make fun of the victims. We are gonna talk shit about these fucking pieces of garbage. Just because I can't deal with really violent stuff very well. So what I do is try to get past it with humor.
Most of the popular information on the man on the train is speculation, although it leaves most wonderingly if we wholeheartedly missed something back then. That includes these murders. There are many more crimes we could speculate on, mostly brutal stuff that makes me cringe when I read it, but we can leave you with this.
Would we find the same people guilty? I genuinely hope we would handle these cases with more class, not picking the first guy who blinks twice at us just because he was suspected of another murder in a different state. Or just, racial profiling, which, God, is just so fucked up.
Profiling in general, judging, we are not judges, jury, or prosecutors.
And the problem is, man, is just judging people based off your first impression of them when you haven't even met them. Based off looks alone or just, how you see them from afar. But Through analyzing info from these cases, these crimes were theoretically linked to one man. Although his identity is still unknown, there's a lot of speculation on who it was. The one that came up the most in my research, again, was just Paul Mueller, and I didn't find enough information on him to really, honestly, write a nice paragraph on him with good information. A nice paragraph on a serial killer. Huh.
Yeah.
Deserve it, are we?
So, and also, the man on a train's name, we've already went through this.
Yeah, we went through this a couple times. It's okay.
It's
We're going to
okay.
repeat ourselves.
Yeah.
We're two stupid dudes.
Yeah.
If you're still listening,
two
thank
stupid
you.
dudes. Two stupid dudes. Two stupid dudes. Da-da-da-da-da.
So next week we're going to try to do arts and music. We might release it. It might be bi-weekly, depending on how the schedule goes. We're going to try to get these things out as soon as we can to you guys, though.
Well then.
Yeah, I think that about covers it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you all for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Sorry if it wasn't. Oh, grody, bro.
But I did the best research I could on this, and I tried to make sure that I kept my sources so you can check this information. If we missed something, as always, let us know, because we're two stupid dudes.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for future episodes, and here's a word from our sponsors.
I know one thing for certain, 2020 fucking sucked. Anxiety, depression, all that shit was high, man. It's been rough for everybody. I know that for a fact, but thankfully, if you guys know where Statesville, North Carolina is, there's a place right here for you. It's called Kansas City Hemp, right here in Statesville, right down East Broad Street. They've got all the goods, man. Not only edibles, smokables, they've got skincare products. They even have shit for your dogs. Your dogs! That's dope as hell, right? Anything you need, they got it. If you're looking for a good deal also here, just use the discount Hoop Gypsy 10. That's HOOP Gypsy 10. Easy, right? And be sure to give them a follow on all your social medias. Kansas City Hemp. Even two stupid dudes know it's the shit.